I'm here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're trying to get it all working. I'm trying to get YouTube working. Hello, everybody. We're live currently on both YouTube and Twitch. However, the reason this is detailed as a test stream, I currently only have Twitch chat and no notifications from either of them. So this is not quite ideal. I'm going to grab the YouTube chat the old-fashioned way and drag that over here so at least I can see the YouTube chat as well. So that can pop over here, and at least we've now got both chats, although one of them is not working. Hold on, we're telling Matt what's going on. Talk amongst yourselves. We're back, boys and girls. We are back. And YouTube chat, no. YouTube chat isn't working, it seems. There we go. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Are we all good? Right, we're going to get the disclosure in up front. I'm not playing FM26 on this stream. We were allowed to do one video and one stream. I'm doing my actual stream tomorrow. This is my test stream to make sure everything is actually working, which, as you can see, is for good reason, because it's currently not working. So hopefully we'll have it working properly for tomorrow, and I'll be able to see both chats, and I'll actually be able to see subs and things coming in, because at the moment I can't. Yeah, you lot are my beta testers. Doing a beta before the main thing is an incredible idea. This is basically an alpha stream. But to clarify, I'm not playing the alpha in this alpha stream. This is a stream alpha, not a Football Manager alpha. See? It's all good. Right, you're saying the audio's a bit low. Is the audio actually a bit low? Or is that just someone needs to turn their volume up? If there's complaints that YouTube and Twitch are out of sync, my response to that would be, don't watch both then, you weirdo. I mean, you'd only know that if you were watching in both places at the same time, which, in the nicest possible way, sounds like absolute madness. Why are you watching in two places at once? Pick one. It's fine. Obviously, it would be jolly nice if you all went and subscribed to the newly reborn LOLLUJO Live, the new channel that used to be LOLLUJO 2, that is now LOLLUJO Live. So, yeah, if you all want to go and subscribe to that, I can get on board with that. But, yeah, you don't need to watch both. Pick one. Pick one and you're all right. YouTube. Is YouTube streaming at 4K? That's impressive if it is. Do I plan on doing streams? Streams will just be 1080p. That was the plan anyway. I think that's the plan. I mean, ultimately, Matt's in charge. I'm not sure. It's so on brand that your Twitch overlays are generic and pre-built ones. I mean, what are you going to do, eh? Should we put the just chatting on? Look at that. How retro is that, boys and girls? That's sensational. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to this. YouTube on the TV with the sound and Twitch on the phone for the chat. My word. I mean, I guess I get double the views, but honestly, that's madness. You lot have lost your minds. But yeah, I figured what we could do in this stream is we can chat about my video that came out earlier. That's allowed. I'm allowed to chat about the video. I can't chat about anything that wasn't in my video. So we can't do like an FM26 Q&A or anything like that. I will remind you, I am streaming for realsies tomorrow, at which point we've just got 90 minutes and we can literally say, Kev, show me this, and I'll show you this. And we can like properly look around the game tomorrow. It's one of the reasons I did it this way round, so that we could get a bit of a feel for the game with the video. You can soak up some of the other videos and the other streams that exist. And then by the time tomorrow comes around, you'll have some good ideas for the things that you really want to see in the game. I've lost the YouTube chat. There you go. The YouTube chat is back. I found it again. Yeah, we can we can have a look at the Football Manager announcement that came out earlier today. Because in addition to all of the alpha content dropping, they did do another like content drop about an hour before. So I think that kind of got lost in the excitement. So we can have a little look at that. We can talk about some of the content that came out yesterday. Obviously, we had Jack's interview with Miles. We had the big long stream with Spencer. And then obviously we've got all the alpha content that's come out today. We can talk about mine. We can maybe look at some of the other videos on the stream as well. I haven't seen any of the other content because I've been too busy. But yeah, let me know what you want to see. I guess we're only going to be live until just before kickoff in the Arsenal game because I'm going to watch that. This is, like I say, it's mainly a test stream. Can't tell the difference between HD and 4K. I don't think we're streaming in 4K. That's probably why. I don't know why YouTube's telling you it's 4K because I'm fairly confident we're only sending a 1080p signal. Today's video was in 4K. Did you like that? Did you notice that? Was that exciting? Let's jump over and have a look at. There you go. So this was today's video. Oh, all right, past Kev. Can you hear that? No. What do we have to turn on to make it so you can hear that? I wonder. No, there is no way for you to... Right. Matt! Matt! Oh, Matt! Where's Matt? I need help. You can't hear that, can you? So I guess my plan for reacting to streams is out the window a little bit. Because, I mean, I'm not allowed to touch the settings. Call him on stream. I mean, we could give him remote access to my PC live on stream. that would be sensational. While we're chatting amongst ourselves, don't forget to pre-order the game as well. Using my link, not just random pre-ordering the game. That would be bonkers. Yeah, live technical support. I have sent him some messages, but I think he's in. He usually goes to the gymnasium at this time of day. It's something like that. I forget the actual name for it. Some weird place that only Matt goes. But he does normally go there during the day. But yeah, so we're not going to be able to actually watch the video. Although, to be fair, we can look at the screens from the video. We just can't hear my beautiful voice. Look, you've got double Kev. You've got Kev with Kev there. So, I mean, I guess we can have a little bit of a flick through and see what's what. I don't like the way that my stream overlay of myself doesn't line up perfectly with the one from the video. That's a little bit disappointing, isn't it? We need to work on that so they line up perfectly. Yeah, my pre-order code guarantees. I'm the only creator who's guaranteed that if you pre-order through my link, it is 100% Scorpion free, guaranteed. But yeah, how are we feeling about this? I know it's AFC Bournemouth. I mentioned it briefly in the video. Get them down here where they're supposed to be. What if you like Scorpions? A few people have asked that. It's very simple. If you want to run the risk of Scorpions, order from someone else. You're definitely not getting Scorpions from me. But you might get Scorpions from somewhere else. Where's my lovely... Look at that. Look at him. I couldn't make him any fatter. I did try. But I like his little get-up. He's a handsome guy. He needs some slightly thicker glasses, I think. But he's pretty close. Spurs mid-table. I mean, that's obviously a bug. Remember, this was all captured on an early access alpha. So there might be little bugs like Spurs being good that will hopefully be ironed out before full release. But yeah, this is... Was there anything in the video? I lost £100. Have I lost? I suppose I have lost £100. Is that right? Yeah, that's probably right. I mean, I'm still very overweight, so you still need fat Kev. Did they say how old the alpha build was? I don't think I asked. I mean, it's not. They didn't advertise it. I don't think. Select the screen capture source in OBS and turn up the audio mixer. I am not allowed to touch the settings. I realise those of you watching on YouTube might be watching me live for the first time. Those of you watching on Twitch who've been watching me for like the last 10 years, no, I'm not allowed to touch the settings. but I am not allowed to touch the settings. Do I plan on streaming the game? I mean, what game tomorrow? I don't know what. Oh, as in Football Manager, that game. Yes, I will be streaming the game tomorrow. Yeah, I have a suit ready. Don't worry, I have a suit ready. But yeah, start getting your questions together for stuff that came off the back of my video from earlier. But what I actually wanted to talk about was the Football Manager stuff. So let's go to the Football Manager Twitter, because they did make some announcements that, like I say, could have very easily slipped through the net. So we had this one. They showed the new game setup flow, the refreshed manager creator, and most playable nations ever. So is this a link? Is this a video? Oh, it's a link. Beautiful. So this is what we want. Forget playing the game. That's what you get from other creators. We're going to read a blog together. This is how content should be. We're just going to have a read of the blog. What are scorpions? I mean, if you don't know, you've lived a very sheltered life. Congratulations. Have they confirmed the Champions League license yet? I mean, it's appeared in lots of content earlier. It's there. I don't think they've officially confirmed it, but it's been on people's fixture lists, I think. I assume it's in there. I mean, I've only played as Manchester United, so I wouldn't know. I am doing my beta save with Arsenal though, so we'll obviously find out then for sure. Yeah, so deciding the sort of... So this is the content update from earlier today. Your style, your personality. FM26 is revamped manager creator. Deciding the sort of manager you want to be and the world you want to manage in are essential considerations at the start of every FM career. For Football Manager 26, we've refreshed the entire game setup and manager creation experience, as you would have seen if you watched the video on the Football Manager channel yesterday, where Spencer and Miles spent 20 minutes doing it. Enabling you to be unmistakably whoever you are or whoever you want to be in the dugout and explore the most playable nations in the series history. Let's dive into the detail. We love the detail. We love the detail. So when you load up FM26 for the first time, you've got two options. That's normal, quick start, and advanced setup. That is normal. I didn't include all this in my video. But now they're announcing it, I can talk about it. If you want to get straight into the action, Quick Start is there to take you rapidly through club selection and the essential settings. If you want to craft every element, it's Advanced Setup. If you don't go Advanced Setup, you're a coward. Or new, but probably a coward. Whichever route you choose, you've got more options than ever when it comes to playable nations, leagues and clubs, as well as the new women's football competitions. Hyperlink, so we can look at them if we're not familiar with what they are. We're delighted to welcome Serie B. Is it B? Like Serie A isn't Serie A, is it? Is it Serie... What's B in Italian? Serie Ba? I have no idea. I need an Italian. Someone fetch me an Italian. Siri's trying to find me an Italian. No, Siri. No, you're all right. I don't need one, thanks. That's a worrying thing. If you ask Siri for an Italian, she tries to go and find you one. Not sure. I mean, it's not Football Manager related. I'm not sure that's relevant. I realise it's the second division, the Championship in Italy. I want to know what we call it. We surely don't call it Serie B, because we don't call Serie A Serie A, do we? What's B in Italian? You lot are hopeless. Someone get me an Italian. Serie B. Okay, we'll call it Serie B then. Because we all say Serie A. After Gaza went there in the 90s, we all say Serie A. We have to say it right. It's be like me. Okay, Serie B. Shut... Siri, leave me alone. Right, we're not managing in Italy. Unless I turn off listening mode on my phone. Goodness me. Get that license is trouble. Get that one gone. The ADNOC Pro League. Where is that? That's UAE. So the ADNOC Pro League. There you go. It's got a helpful graphic down there. Is UAE. Was UAE in the game at all before? Is that an entirely new league as well as a new license? And A-Liga. Where's A-Liga? Lithuania. That's probably not A-Liga then, is it? What's A in Lithuanian? Yeah, you're not so quick to help me with that one, are you stupid phone? So they're being added as new licenses, in addition, obviously, to the Premier League and the FIFA licenses that we already knew about from the new bits and bobs. So there you go. They've got those leagues on there, so we can have a little look at them. In terms of the game world you create, the choice is entirely yours. You can load just men's teams, just women's teams, or a mixture of both. Lots of people are asking about that. There's your clarification. You've also got familiar settings from previous titles to play your way from screen to play your way. I should have pre-read this. From screen resolution options like windowed mode, underline that and scream and shout about it. FM26 does have windowed mode. Was it last week or the week before? We had people getting their knickers in a twist at no windowed mode, no international football. It says right there, there is windowed mode in FM26 through to the original real world and your world transfer mode settings included in FM24. There you go. I am aware FM24 had windowed mode. People were upset that FM26, for some reason, a part of the internet decided FM26 didn't have windowed mode. I don't know why. It was one of the leaks, i.e. make up a load of nonsense and then retweet the stuff that you guessed right and quietly delete the stuff you got wrong and make yourself look like an expert. Yeesh. But yeah, we have got windowed mode in FM26. There's your confirmation. With your game world created, it's time for you to explore our completely rebuilt Manager Creator. We've leveled up the Creator, delivering higher quality in some areas and more options in others, allowing you more visual definition for your virtual self. As a starting point, there are now more than 30 preset character options for you to choose from, all of which sport brand new hairs. The phrasing of that. Not hairstyles. They've got brand new hairs. I mean, as a man in his early 40s, I know all about brand new hairs. And it is not the positive they are spinning it to be. But it has brand new hairs, more realistic looking faces, and enhanced apparel. And you've already seen my very stylish manager that I created in my video that came out earlier today, complete with brand new hairs. I've got an incoming phone call from a London number, a Sports Interactive, trying to shut me down. We're going to pretend we can't see that. It's their spell checking department. You can't tell them about the new hairs. These presets are just a starting point though. Once you've determined the body type, skin tone and height, you can explore the sculpting tool we've built to shape and perfect every aspect of your character's face, from their jaw and chin through to their cheek definition and forehead. I mean, as the strongest hairline in Football Manager, just make the forehead quite small. Don't need a lot of forehead space. My forehead is appropriately hair covered. Improvements to our internal tooling and the move to Unity have helped us create all of our hairs. I mean, who's writing this? All of our hairs. Is that like some am I making myself an idiot here? Is that the technical term? Is that what the cool kids say now? Is that like saying trims? We've moved on from haircut or hairstyle. We went through trim and I wasn't happy. And now it's just my hairs. What do you think of my hairs? We've recreated all of our hairs with smoother blends and higher quality renders. These come to life when you're customizing your character, as we've adapted and repositioned the cameras we use to give you a better, more natural perspective. There you go. I mean, they do look much snazzier than they used to previously. As you can see, there are lots of options in there. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend adjusting my cheek height, but I'm very happy to know that it is there as an option. What your manager wears on the touchline is important too. Again, we saw this in my video earlier today. I looked very snazzy next to Mr. Plain Old Black T-shirt Mikel Arteta. The clothing models, textures and materials have been recreated from scratch, all designed to take on a more lifelike quality. To that end, you'll now discover more customization options and a broader range of outfits with jeans, polo shirts and t-shirts among the additions. I sported a pair of jeans. And very nice they look too. I don't know if you can face scan. It's not mentioned face scan. So, yeah, I don't know. That's something we can maybe have a look at on the stream tomorrow. We can try creating a manager and see if there's face scan on there. I'm not sure. For those of you who are just joining, I'm not playing the game now. But what we are going to be doing is doing a stream tomorrow where I'm going to play the game. So collect up all of your questions and all of the things that you might want to have a look at, things that you've maybe noticed on other people's streams or videos, because I know a lot of people have streamed today. You might have more questions. We're going to have 90 minutes of stream time tomorrow to basically dig around in the game and answer as many of the questions as we can get through in the time that we've got. We already looked at outfit styles, didn't we? With further settings for skin details and cosmetics for all body types, every manager in FM26 will feel more alive and unique than ever. Simply put, you've got more freedom to express your look, your presence, and your style. Lovely. New look, Newgens! Talking about changes to manager appearances means we're also able to talk about the big leap forward that Newgens have taken in FM26. The improved visual fidelity provided by Unity and upgrades to our own tooling have allowed us to level up the renders and algorithms for the character faces and eye colours, marking a significant improvement on previous editions. I know there's been stuff leaked on Reddit over the last week or so. I haven't actually seen any in-game Newgens yet because I've not gone far enough into it for Newgens to appear. So I don't actually know if the Newgens are better. They don't have any pictures of them here. Do we assume they look like the manager creations? I don't know. There are other changes to their appearance too, particularly with regards to hair and skin. We've added some new skin details and made some existing ones rarer, while in general you'll notice a more accurate skin tone ethnicity match. We've also been working under the hood on Newgens. We've added greater consistency between jumping reach and aerial reach and limited some hidden attributes. Elsewhere, you'll get a greater sense of anticipation in your youth intake previews with notes on their performance at youth level before they arrive at the club. That's quite cool. So we're actually going to find out who like the highly rated, exciting youngsters that are coming through are, rather than just getting a list and having to work it out from there. That is cool. I like that. That's a cool little thing. This is what I mean. Stuff like this slips through the net when it's announced half an hour before everybody does their alpha content. I'm also intrigued about greater consistency between jumping reach and aerial reach. What is aerial reach? Is aerial reach new? I thought jumping reach was aerial reach. Oh, aerial reach is goalkeepers, is it? So jumping reach is outfield and aerial reach is goalkeepers. Why would they need to be consistent with each other? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Unless we had situations where... Do goalkeepers have both jumping reach and aerial reach? Do they have both of them? Maybe they do. I need to look at FM24 now to see if goalkeepers have both of those attributes. Yes, they do. Oh, there you go then. Okay, that's clarified that. As you can see, I don't ever look at attributes, boys and girls. But this youth intake preview thing, I want to get to a youth intake now. I mean, there's very little chance we're going to get to one on tomorrow's stream because we're literally going to be picking up at the end of today's video. So after that first game of the season. So I don't think we're likely to get an August youth intake. But I am excited to see what that actually looks like in practice. That's quite cool. Has any of the other creators got to a youth intake on their videos? Have we seen that in action anywhere so we can have a look? I want to know what that actually looks like. If anyone's seen that anywhere, let me know and we'll go and dig out that video. If you can offer me a timestamp, that would be even better. Developing your backstory. I'm all about my backstory. So back to you in the dugout. Great managers aren't decided on looks alone. How dare you? I consider that to be a personal attack. How do you explain me winning 7 streamer showdowns if great managers aren't decided on looks alone? There's a reason Zealand puts me on his thumbnails at every opportunity. That's nonsense. Everyone that steps into the dugout has a backstory. Well, yeah, but looks are important. Now, you can... Now, I should read these in advance to get my intonation right. Now, you can script more of yours with an immersive profile builder that allows you to combine your background and different elements of your football and leadership philosophy into something truly reflective of the kind of manager you want to be. It all starts with sorting your credentials. The first step is a familiar one, determining your level as a player from a generational superstar all the way down to someone who never progressed beyond kickabouts. I'm so above it, I can't even say it. Never progressed beyond just can't do it. Generational superstar and the others that I don't bother myself with. Then comes the new. You're first asked about previous non-playing roles you may have had, with options available to you in the worlds of coaching, recruitment and football operations, medical, punditry and media, and referees and match officials. Do you get a lot of referees who go into management? You can define your role within each area and how well known you are for it. That's cool. So, can I set myself up as a generational superstar footballer who's previously been an assistant manager at a top level and a really high pundit and is a qualified doctor and a Premier League referee? It looks like you can only pick one, which is a real shame. I wanted to give myself actual superpowers, but maybe you can't. It's then time to select your level of coaching badges, only available in our PC edition. So the PC edition is a little bit about badges still. They led me to believe there were no badges involved. You'll notice throughout these 3 questions that your manager reputation is generating on the right-hand side. Over here, there you go. Reputation pending, with every stage influencing the level you'll be stepping into the dugout at. This is quite cool RPG stuff. I do quite like this. I hope it properly dynamically updates throughout the save as well. I also like the fact that their manager is 42 and my manager is 42 as well. It's almost as if I did the graphics for them. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. Those answers set a baseline for your coaching and mental attributes, which you'll notice are now displayed visually with text descriptors. What really sets you apart is your style and personality. I have both in abundance. 9 diverse elements define your coaching style in FM26, and these are an expression of how you think and feel about football. Rarely and indifferent. Your preferences will probably vary from job to job. I bet they won't. I bet I'll do the same thing every time. But you can pick 3 in each career, giving you the full freedom to be a solid all-rounder or a specialist with a focused view on the way to lead a team towards victory. So the 9 options we've got, and does it say you can pick 3 of these? They've picked 3 of these. It didn't say. I don't know how many of these you... Oh, no, there you go. You can pick... So you can pick 3. 3 of 3. So attacking, obviously we like attacking. Energetic, outwork and outrun your opponents. That feels gegenpressy. Specialist, focus on specialisms like goalkeeping and fitness. We're never in a million years going to click that. Defensive, we are never going to click that. Entertainer, football is entertainment. You want to deliver a watchable... That's a maybe. Systems builder, possession-based play, strong from set pieces, so we'll have that. So at the moment, we're attacking, energetic, and a systems builder. A developer, young players, pragmatist, tactician, So every single save I do, I'm going to click attacking, energetic, and systems builder. Already decided. As for your personality, you can select up to 2 of the 6 available traits that best express you as a character, how you interact with people, and what sort of leader you are. So you can have 2 of these 6: driven, convincing, disciplined, inspirational, resilient, and accomplished. I think I'll definitely take inspirational for obvious reasons. And maybe accomplished. Maybe. The selections you make here allow you to elevate the things you care most about and deprioritize those things that are less important to you. So can we double unclick tactics with bells on? I don't just want to not select it. I want to actively unselect it. They also determine your starting tendencies as a manager, which are a dynamic, evolving part of your career. Many tendencies are only available as you progress through your saves. For example, you'll only pick up signed high-profile players if you actually sign them in the transfer market. I think that was in the game previously. I don't think that's new. Other tendencies can be lost as well as gained through your in-game choices. Ultimately, every choice you make impacts your attributes and how your players respond to you from day one in the hot seat. Change your background, change your personality and style, change the game. I think that's all cool. I like that. In FM26, your story begins long before the first whistle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sales pitch, sales pitch, sales pitch. Exclamation mark FM26 to pre-order, etc., etc. I think that's quite cool. I like that. League rules specify minimum coaching qualifications for head coach. What, in game is that? Are you telling me that's in game, or are you telling me that's how it is in real life and it needs to be in game? I'm not sure. Zealand only picked one. I mean, he can't count beyond one, so what do you expect? Does the link to download in the description actually work? Yeah, obviously it does. Why would I put it in the description if it didn't actually work? Has any YouTuber showed what the new leagues look like yet? What do you mean by the new leagues? What, like, I've shown the Premier League in my video. So if we go back to my video, I mean, there's the Premier League. Is that what you mean by what they look like? I'm not sure what you mean by what they look like. So this was my video from earlier today. There you go. There's the Premier League. Is that what you mean? How do I mute? I don't know how to use YouTube. And you also have the season preview button. So that's all very similar to what was in there previously, just presented differently. Oh, the UAE, Lithuania, those ones. I don't know. I've not seen them anyway, but then I've not seen any of the other content. We've seen them. We know they exist from that thing that came out earlier today. I mean, I would guess, based on the fact that we were only allowed to do half an hour's worth of video, I don't think many people are going to spend their 1.5 hour that they're allowed looking at the Lithuanian league. As exciting as it is to have more licensed leagues, I think we'd probably prioritise the Premier League because it's obviously the most clickable of all of them. It should work for Steam Deck. Miles said in his interview with Jack yesterday that it should work on Steam Deck, didn't he? So, yeah, I would expect it to work on Steam Deck. It's something we'll definitely be testing once the beta is here. I always do a Steam Deck test. You know me, boys and girls. I'll be testing every version of this game that exists. I'll even download it through Netflix on my phone when that comes out and do my 1FM mobile video of the year. But I always check. Can you show us Cunha and Mbomo's stats? Now, do you mean their attributes? Because we're not playing FIFA here, boys and girls. We can't show you stats. I don't know. I can only show you what was in my video. I'm not loading up the game for this stream. I can certainly do that on tomorrow's stream when I am going to be playing the game. But unless I did it in the video that came out today, I can't go and do it now. Because I'm only allowed one stream of actually having the game open. And we're doing that tomorrow. So I don't know that I did look at them in the video. I mean, feel free to have a scan through the video and see if you can find it. I need a Switch 2 test. I've got a Switch 2. I've been playing Pokemon on it, so when it comes out on Switch 2, I'll definitely do a test. I think that version's out later than all the other versions, isn't it? Can you explain and show the mortgage sales bit? Yeah. Does anyone have a timestamp for where that was in the video? Because I know I did it, and I don't think I explained it very well, and I didn't really fully understand it until a little bit like, here you go. So the way this works, the way the mortgage sales works, I think it's instead of buying out clauses. And basically, if you have a sale like this one, so we sold Jack Fletcher for 1.8 million, but part of that was 825,000 worth of monthly installments. So what mortgage installments does, it doesn't take that money from Forest early. So it's different to buying out the clause. What you basically do is you go to a bank and get an amount of it early, not quite the full amount. So I think we got like 750,000. Was it in the video? If we just go a little bit further through. Come on, Kev, click it. There we go. Does it show on there? So I did mortgage him. Ah, there you go. So we got of the 825,000, we got 750,000 of it up front. So that's 90% of the total installments. So you can either take that 825,000 over those 3 installments, or you can have 90% of it up front, which is financed through a bank, and then the bank get the installments from Forest when they come in. So the bank make their 10% by doing it that way. So that's how mortgaging the installments work. And presumably that's how it actually works in real life, I guess. But that's the only time I've done it. So my understanding of that will get better the more I do it. But I think that's how it works. You basically take 90% of it now rather than 100% of it later. So I think I said in the video, it's on every player you sell. It's actually on every installments that you do. You're able to mortgage the installments. I'd want to know if you can still sell profit clauses. I didn't look for that. So I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. Is Club World Cup on the game? I know they've got the license. That was confirmed as part of the FIFA announcement last week. I haven't actually checked if it's physically in the game now or if it comes in with the international football stuff later. So put a pin in that, and that can be a question for tomorrow. When I've actually got the stream going, I'm sure it will be in the game. It's whether it's licensed straight away or if it comes as part of that module later. I'm not sure is the answer to that. Are you allowed to progress your save tonight? I can play it, but I can't show you what I'm doing. So, I mean, theoretically, I could sit here all night and play through the rest of the season and show and stream the end of the season tomorrow. So I've got the game now. And I can play it as much as I like, but I can't do an indefinite amount of content on it. So my plan is to pick up the stream tomorrow from where today's video ended. That's what I'm thinking. I did sell Fletcher. I sold Fletcher because I was planning on managing them for about a month and I wasn't planning on using him in the 3 matches I'll actually be showing you. What are your thoughts on Sean Dyche going to Forest? It might keep him up. Who knows? Forest are in a pickle, aren't they? Right, that was a good question. Have we got any more good questions like that? I like good questions. Did anyone see anything really interesting from any of the streams? Because I haven't watched any of the streams. I was busy when all the streams were happening. Is Advanced Access available yet? Advanced Access is from Thursday. And if you want to be playing Advanced Access, you can do that by pre-ordering through my code, which is in the description if you're on YouTube, or !FM26 if you are over on Twitch. Is there a screen that shows transfer rumours? I think transfer rumours appear here. So when you're on your portal, you have this scrolling news box. The portal, by the way, I didn't have time to properly do it justice in the video. This is incredible. I think this is really good because all of this is clickable. And like the calendar, you can get to training, you can get to fixtures. It's really clever. And having this scroll around and being able to filter your messages so that you don't have to read them all. for a low detail player like me, being able to filter this to only the tasks are basically the ones you have to respond to. You can literally filter your inbox so you only see the ones you have to respond to and you never even see the rest of them. It's so low effort. It's incredible. That combined with an instant result button, what a time to be alive. Overall, do you think the game is a step up? I think it's a step forward. I think it's probably the best way to put it. I haven't had nearly long enough with it to decide if it's better, worse, or the same compared to FM24. But certainly there are a lot of new features in it that it's clear where they're going. And I think that is a huge positive. I think, like Miles said in his interview with Jack yesterday, for us nerds who've played thousands upon thousands of hours on the old UI for like 20 years, we've got a lot of muscle memory to battle through. And there are going to be those periods of struggle for, I mean, potentially a couple of weeks for an old man like me, of not knowing where anything is because it's all moved. But the bits that I am getting used to are becoming intuitive. And I don't think it's fair to judge it, like to review it. It's Football Manager. I'm going to play it for 2,000 hours. So I don't think it's fair to even attempt to review it until I've got a couple of hundred hours in the game. So I think it's certainly, I understand the thought process behind most of the changes that we're seeing. I did joke about the inbox because I am 43 years old. I am going to call this the inbox until the day that I die. I am sorry, Sports Interactive. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's the inbox. It literally is an inbox. It's fine. You should watch Benji's experiment of playing all-out attack in possession and all-out defense out of possession. One of the things I want to experiment with that there wasn't time to do in a video like this one. I would quite like to have all the players on the left-hand side of the pitch in possession and then all the players on the right-hand side of the pitch out of possession, just to see what happens. But yeah, there's certainly going to be a lot of absolutely bananas stuff that we can mess around with, experimenting with the match engine stuff. So I think that's quite cool. You joked about the inbox, but are you going to try and use SI's new names for all the sections? I mean, I'll try. I call Newgens. It took me a few years to move on from regens, but I do call them Newgens. I call attributes. I don't call them stats. So I am pretty good at that kind of stuff. But at the same time, the older I get, the harder it's going to be. Right. One other thing that I noticed that I did mention in the video, so we can talk about, and it's another thing that everyone was bleating about, is, there you go. Oh, I clicked onto it. Look at that. I knew where it was in the video because I was ready to talk about it. The amount of nonsense I've seen that this game is not going to be customizable at all. I present to you being able to customize your squad view, which means, as I said in the video, there will be a LOLLUJO view. We have got import view there as an option. So I haven't tried to import a view from FM24. I certainly will try that now I've thought to do it. So I'll try and import the existing LOLLUJO view. If that works, I'll just make it available for FM26. If it doesn't, I'll make a new one. But there will be a LOLLUJO squad view available by the time the beta drops on Thursday. Because obviously we need it. I mean, this is no criticism at all of FM26. This screen is useless on FM24 as well. You need more information on it. This is worthless to me without like player ratings on there. I mean, what does this tell me? Absolutely nothing. So yeah, there will be a custom squad view that'll be ready for Thursday, which will be jolly splendid. Can you add face packs? I assume so. I would question, I was just going to say why you would need to. And then as I'm saying it, I see that there are a few players that haven't got faces. So I assume so. I haven't tried. I didn't know you could roll up on the mouse like that and it brings that stuff up from the bottom. You can see what kind of stuff LOLLUJO Live, watches on YouTube. Apparently this is what Topher watches. He watches me, Jack, me doing Pokemon. This is what Topher likes, apparently. Could be one of the content updates. What? I'm confused. I don't know. Have I tried any of the women's leagues yet? I can only talk about the stuff that is in my video at the moment. So we could potentially do that on the stream tomorrow. We can add that to the stream for tomorrow. And we can have a look at some of the women's leagues. Are you seeing the new game bounce in views yet? I mean, what, in the 3.25 hours since the embargo lifted? Not yet. No, not yet. It might take a little while. Yeah, that's a good point. Topher doesn't watch Block Party, it seems. I see. I see. Right. What else have we got to pull out from this? This was cool. I enjoyed doing this, and I think we are going to have a lot of fun with this. I got a couple of nerdy turdies. That's what we'll call them. Nerdy turdies.
Oh, why did you do the 4231 gegenpress in your video? Why didn't you do something different?
Because it was the very first half an hour of the game that I was able to put onto the internet. And it's probably in the top 3 questions I've seen anywhere for the last month. Can you still do a 4231 gegenpress? Does it still work? So me, being the rascal that I am, the king of the 4231 gegenpress, thought, why don't we do one and then play a match with it and see if it works? But apparently that upset some people. But as you can see, it's got all of the same tactical styles that we had in FM24. And I mean, this has been in since like FM19, I think. I don't think this has changed very much. Is that an editor symbol at the top? What, there? It looks like one, doesn't it? That might just be because I'm on a test build of the game. It's the alpha version. I assume that's not going to be in the beta because, as I think Miles even said in Jack's interview yesterday, that the in-game editor is still going to be a paid extra. So I suspect that won't be in the full version. That's probably because I'm on the alpha, would be my guess. But yeah, you've got all of the same tactical style stuff, but where it becomes different, and I think this is cool, is the in possession and out of possession stuff. And when they first rumoured this, over a year ago, this was first rumoured that it was going to be in possession and out of possession, I was a little bit worried because I am not a football nerd. You know, I'm going to, after this stream, sit and watch the Arsenal match and enjoy it very much. And if you ask me afterwards what formation the two teams played in possession and out of possession, I would go, football. I don't know what a low block is. I don't know what a channel is. I certainly don't know what a half space is. I'm very confident that one's made up. I don't understand most of the new position names. So I was worried about this in possession and out of possession stuff, but it makes it so easy because yes, you can click on all, but you get your 3 suggested like you do now. And in possession, you get your 3 suggested, and it then within that further suggests the ones that are most appropriate to the squad that you've got. And they're familiar, and I know what they are, and I know that they work. And to me, this does logically make sense that we can go, we'll play a 4-2-3-1 when we've got possession. We'll get Bruno up there behind the attacker because we're playing as Manchester United. So we'll get Bruno up around Sesko when we've got the ball. Makes a lot of sense. We'll do a 4-2-3-1 in possession. And then as soon as you've selected that, you jump forward and you can pick what you want to do out of possession. And again, it's completely logical for my tiny brain that, well, we just drop Bruno back a bit. And we drop one of the midfielders back a little bit. And those two just drop back a little bit when we've not got the ball to try and win the ball back. It's so straightforward. It's so much easier than I thought it was going to be. And then once you go beyond that, again, other things I was worried might be gone but are not gone. We do have quick pick in all of its glory from where it was before. So you can still quick pick best 11. You can still quick pick a rotated team. You can still have the game allocate the player roles. So while I'm learning the game, I'm not saying, again, on FM24, I would always start with the quick pick best 11, quick pick player roles, and adjust from there. And that's exactly what I'm going to do on this one. So we'll quick pick the best 11. And then you saw me do it there. Quick pick the player roles for in possession and out of possession. There you go. I'll go back a little bit so you can see it in action. So pick roles, and you can pick the roles for each player in possession and out of possession, and it will just give them the one they're most suited to. And then you can tweak it from there. And I'll tweak it using that other really cool screen that I showed later in the video. This screen is what I'll then use to tweak. So I am capable of looking at something like this and saying, okay, so when we're attacking down the right-hand side, we've got one player wide. I don't mind Mount moving infield there. That's fine. But when we go over to that side, That's a problem. We've got nobody in that segment. So even I can logically look at that and say, right, we need either him, 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 or him. One of those four needs to step over to that left-hand side when we're attacking down the left-hand side. So either we need to make Shaw a normal wing-back rather than an inverted wing-back, or Mount needs to be a normal winger rather than a playmaking winger who naturally cuts inside, or Fernandez. I think there is an option for Fernandez to be I think it's like a channel. Is a channel the wide bit? I think there's a way to make Fernandez go wide. I think there's a way to make Mainu go wide. So we'll just pick one of them and we'll make him go wide. And I'll literally quick pick the team, quick pick the player instructions, and then use all 9 segments of this to make sure we've got coverage in and out of possession everywhere we want it. We've got the right players in the right places, and use that to put a tactic together. And I think I'm actually going to do more tactical fiddling, probably not in game, but between matches, start of the season, when I'm squad building, I think I'll use this more than the version that we've got in FM24, because this is really intuitive. And it might be, I think I said in the video, it might be that there was something like this that was in the current version of the game. I don't know. But I think this is great. I think this is really, really cool, this visualizer. This is genuinely going to change how I play Football Manager. The days of me just using the off-the-shelf tactic are over. It's cool though. I like that. If you ever meet the guy that came up with half space, what would I do to him? Ask him what it means. And then ask him why we needed that description. It was only relatively recently I discovered low block meant just be defensive. It's like, well, call it that then. Why does it need a hipster name? Why does everything need a hipster name? On the topic of that, why are so many Premier League managers, and I'd like to point out, YouTube's Work the Space mentioned it a couple of times in his interview with Miles yesterday. Why are we all talking about moments all of a sudden? Why are we all in a good moment? What do you mean Oh, I'm too old. I am too old for this. Stop saying moment all the time. I watched Match of the Day at the weekend, and it was like 3 different managers who all mentioned moments. Shut up about your moments. Block is the level at which players close down the ball. I don't care. I don't need to know. I've enjoyed football for over 30 years. I don't need to know. Goodness me. I thought low block meant sticking their leg out lowly. It probably does. Who knows? Am I having a moment? I think I might be. Oh my word. Right. Is there anything else we want to have a look at? There were a couple of YouTube comments that were like, it was a little bit, there were a couple of moments where it looked like it lagged ever so slightly. That's because it's an alpha. Don't worry about that on the match screen. There will be a little bit of that in the alpha. There'll be a little bit of that in the beta. We've all played Football Manager betas before. The reason they do it is because, and again, I keep referencing the interview with Jack yesterday. I refuse to acknowledge it was a good interview, but Miles gave you good information. One half of it was really good. The other half could take or leave. I loved the bits where Jack was silent. But I've lost where I was going there. I was too busy having a dig at Jack. Yeah, Miles said in the interview that there is no way, because of the infinite possibilities within Football Manager as a game, there is no way for them to test every possible scenario on every possible machine. It's just not possible for them to do. Which is one of the reasons they do a beta, because then we can identify bugs and they can fix the bugs. So don't expect it to run perfectly on Thursday, but expect it to run better on the 4th of November than it does on the 23rd of October. And that's not a new rule for FM26. That's how things have always worked. Can you still lock players into a role so they automatically change when you sub them? You can still give personalized instructions. Yeah, I showed it earlier in the video. I forget where it was. There you go. So yeah, when you're setting the instruction for the players, you can have the role allocated to the position. So at the moment, who have we got highlighted here? I think we've got Martinez highlighted. So we can either lock the player role to the position of left centre-back, or we can personalise it to Lissandro Martinez. Actually, no, I think it's Harry Maguire. Whichever one of them it is, I forget which one we had highlighted. But whichever one of those we're locking it to, we either lock it to the position or the individual player. So yes, you can still do that. Right, let's see what else we've got going on. Console version. Why are we just randomly typing console version in capital letters? We have no information about the console version yet. Lineker has complained about moments recently, has he? There you go. Heading too low for slap. So we're saying this is Martinez and not, jumping reach of 12, heading of 13. That's not Maguire, is it? Although it looks like it is, because down here it looks like that is the one that we've. That can't be right. I'm questioning that. If I buy the game via his link, you get the beta version. That is correct, yes. Right, is there anything else we need to have a look at today? I have certainly done what I set out to do. I've identified all of the issues that I've got with my stream setup for tomorrow's proper stream. I need to get the YouTube chat working properly, because at the moment I've got the two chats separately and it's confusing me. I need them running side by side on my screen. I certainly need to be able to see the Twitch and YouTube notifications, which I haven't seen any of anywhere. So if you have subscribed or become a channel member during the stream, thank you. And I'm sorry I haven't said thank you to you personally, but I literally don't have that on my screen anywhere. So I need to get that fixed before tomorrow as well. And we've got a good idea of the stuff we want to have a look at in the stream. So the way it's going to work tomorrow, we have 90 minutes of content access, game access. I think the plan is to stream at this sort of time again, try and get it in before the Champions League. I might even do it in the afternoon. Just keep an eye on Twitter and keep an eye on LOLLUJO Live on YouTube, because I'll schedule it in advance on LOLLUJO Live, and obviously the Twitch stream will be live at the same time as the YouTube one. So wherever you choose to watch LOLLUJO Live on YouTube will give you an indication of what time I'm planning to start. But the idea is we'll spend our 90 minutes continuing from the end of this Arsenal game, and then we'll play 90 minutes. We'll go through and look at all of the different areas of the game that you want me to have a look at, that we haven't been able to look at or haven't looked at in the video that we've done so far. And then if we've got some time afterwards, we'll close the game and we can have another chat about it afterwards, and maybe have a look through the VOD and pick out more stuff in more detail. And twill all be good. The beta is not out until Thursday, so the beta will be Thursday. So the content plan from Thursday, now we can really give that information because we know when it's happening. As soon as the beta drops on Thursday, or within like an hour of the beta dropping on Thursday, episode 1 of my YouTube series with Arsenal on the main channel will release. It'll release with its usual get 5,000 likes, and I'll release episode 2 tonight thing, unless we get the beta at like 9 p.m. I don't know what time it's going to be. It might be 5,000 likes to get episode 2 tomorrow morning, but you get the idea. So as soon as the beta drops, I'll record episode 1 and episode 2. So episode 2 is ready to drop as soon as we hit 5,000 likes. There will be a Football Manager giveaway in episode 1. There'll also be a Football Manager giveaway in the first stream. The first stream will probably be an hour and a half to 2 hours after the beta drops. Gives me time to record the first 2 YouTube videos, get the first one out, and then we'll go live on Twitch and LOLLUJO Live, and there we'll start the Peterborough beta save. And yeah, there'll be another giveaway as part of that as well. I'm also doing a giveaway on Twitter at the moment. Then a winner of that will be announced on Thursday morning. So you'll have access to the game before we get up and running on Thursday. And there'll probably be some more giveaways here and there as well throughout the next few days. But that is the plan for content next few days. Stream tomorrow, playing 90 minutes of the alpha. And then all systems go from Thursday. I'll probably be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm at Comic-Con and EGX on Sunday, but then we'll be back on Monday. So I'll be absolutely hurling content at you. But yeah, use the comments, use the chat to let me know if there's anything specific you want to look at for tomorrow, because then I can potentially get some things prepared. But I think we are going to wrap things up there on this stream, because it gives me time to have a little poo-poo before the football begins. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for being my guinea pigs, my test subjects, to make sure that my stream setup is working. We're 90% there. And fingers crossed we'll be 100% there for tomorrow. If you haven't already subscribed to LOLLUJO Live on YouTube, it's the channel formerly known as LOLLUJO 2. Go subscribe to that now and do all the liking and all of that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow, boys and girls. Thank you for watching. I've had a lovely evening. Streaming's quite fun. I don't know why I stopped doing it. Bye-bye. Oh, am I still live on YouTube? I thought when Twitch ended, YouTube ended.